Welcome to the Modern Assyrian program on ANB SAT. My name is Carmen Morad. Today's special edition of the Modern Assyrian program is dedicated to the Assyrian New Year. This year, 6,768 years of history and heritage and culture was celebrated worldwide. Assyrians celebrate the arrival of spring, which is the rebirth of nature. As our ancestors did thousands of years ago, we celebrate the arrival of spring, also known as the Akitu festival. 12 days of jubilation and excitement, just like they did all over the world. In the city of Turlock, California, a special parade followed by a flag-raising ceremony was commemorated and attended by our Congressman Jeff Denham, our county supervisors, mayors, councilmen, and county and local community leaders. Please join me in this special presentation as we commemorated the arrival of spring in the Assyrian New Year of 6,768. Thank you. Rishito Chumbrechta.
Your Grace, Bishop Marawa Royal, Assyrian Church of the East, Diocese of California, the Honorable Congressman Jeff Denham, our elected officials and dignitaries, members of the community, our clergy, friends, welcome. Pshenatitu. My name is Carmen Morad, and I have the distinct privilege of being your Master of Ceremonies for this beautiful day as we celebrate the Assyrian New Year of 6,768, as we come together to commemorate the celebration as our ancestors celebrated with parades and festivities of the Akitu festival. Please join me and stand as we honor our flags. I would like to ask from the American Legion, Bruce Wardy Gunner, to please honor us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Will you please put your hand over your heart? If you're ex-military, you can salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance for the Assyrian flag.
Salman Shubacha, Sultan Slavatan, Rishmat Khadayutan, Atan Habibta, Bibromet Khiruta, Bimayrin Biruta, Khadana Taba, Min Kuligani, Min Kuliruhi, Khaptent Lashlaya, Peshat Murumta, Peshat Kodishta, Khutlani Takhbrichta, Alam Shubichta, Ata Bidnahrin, Atur Kadishta.
I would like to thank the color guard of the ROTC of Turlock, Minerva Jimenez, Kayla Ashwooden, Daniel Velasquez, and of course Ed Yako for the Assyrian flag. I would like now to ask His Grace Bishop Mara Royal for a prayer and some greetings to begin our ceremony.
قدمتوكم برخطة نون بنات أمتنا طوريتا كل طيوب هديو شليطة داها أطربريخة مقلسة قليريقة نون بنات أمتن بين شقلناها برست أبن سامزودة همزمتي بشانين لسناي بتاود برخن داها إيدا ربا تريشت نيسانة قد كلوخن قد كلنتي وخلقة جمية وكريشايد قد كل خاطورايا وآطوريتا آنيت لنا لخا يوداها أطرا كريشايد آنيت دينا يو أطرت أباهاتي دينا مزيوخة الدو أرى مقدشة بدمت دالت أباهاتا ويغدا شي تبرختا ومبورختا ومليتا من رحمة آلها قد كلن. The Honorable Jeff Denham, representative of the 10th Congressional District, Mayor Soyseth, Vito Chiesa from the county, the officials of city government, reverend clergy, and my fellow Assyrians. Today is a day of jubilation and celebration for all Assyrians across the globe. This Assyrian New Year marks 6,768 years of history and existence for one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Known as the cradle of civilization, the Assyrian people have contributed to all of the important facets of human culture, including religion, the sciences, the arts, mathematics, agriculture, to name just a few. Our New Year festival, known as Akitu, takes place at the beginning of the season of spring, or Rish Nisane, which signals the rebirth of nature and the renewal and rejuvenation of human life. The hope that the death and stillness of winter will be overcome by new life ushered in with the season of spring gives comfort and joy not only to nature, but to us as the Assyrian people. For we have suffered greatly throughout our Christian history and continue to suffer and to be persecuted to this very day. Our parents and grandparents immigrated to this great country in order to enjoy the blessings of liberty and in order to worship God in freedom according to our conscience. In fact, it has been well known that over a century that the Assyrians have been migrating to America in order to be faithful and productive citizens of our land, giving back and contributing to this great country that has welcomed us as its own. Sadly, we have been forced out of our own homeland through persecution and through forced migrations and displacement, which our people are still suffering in the Middle East to this very day. On this joyous occasion of our Assyrian New Year, we gather here together in order to raise the Assyrian flag in this great city of Turlock, which is home to thousands of Assyrians. And in so doing, we renew our commitment to live and to survive as the Assyrian people, called in the Holy Scriptures the handiwork of God Himself, and to pass on the riches of our identity and our heritage to our posterity of forthcoming generations of Assyrians not yet born. I'd like to thank all of the official and city government personnel for their presence and participation with us today. In particular, I would like to thank all of the heads of our Assyrian organizations for putting the parade and today's flag raising together. May God Almighty bless each and every one of us and a Happy New Year 6768 to each and every one of you. God bless.
At this time, I would like to ask Rabbi Yosef Ben Yosef to come up for a ceremonial poem that he will read for us.
أطرت أمريكا وأركت قانونو شتساي بيش لضية أطرت خيروتا وتشينوتا أطرت براياتي ومنتياتي أطرت شلامة وديولبانا أطرت نطرانة زد قناشاي أطرت ليه مشتك كمملة وملالة أطرت ترقانو بتيخنا كسبالة بديوسة طريدة وأطرق خيلانا ومدمصيانا يقتري دارت مصية لماطل مهديانوة الدنيا يوم لك ملكوتة آطر أمد بالنهرن كأمواتت قد شلطانة ومواتت شوابوته إيوة بدمية أهاترت أمريكا اتفاكينوتا قناشة ليمة اتفسنتها الشليطة شليمة اتفهيرتا قناش سنيكة اتفبتجوسة قناش تليكة اتفتلنتا كمارودة قاطول وجناوي اتفشلامة وخيروتا كأمرانة اتفخبطها كمردوتا اتفبتأرجة كسبرايوتا اتفيلبانا جوكينشي اتفإيقارة كنشي اخزيمون لوكت مغزوينا ومضوينا الآها كيوتا جوشو تاقوتة آتور أتكتا عبيتون باسي مرابا.
In translation, the United States, based on its Constitution, is known as the country of freedom and justice, the country of innovations and achievements, the country of protection of human rights, the country that never silences the script or speakers, the country that has open doors and is welcoming, the country for refugee or persecuted people, the country of might and resourcefulness, that in 2 centuries has achieved world leadership. The Assyrian Empire for nations under their governing rule and their neighboring nations was similar to America. There was justice for oppressed people. There was support for allied rulers. There was assistance for poor people. There was refuge for lost people. There was punishment for rebels, criminals, and thieves. There was peace and freedom for citizens. There was diligence to preserve culture. There was a library for literature. There was education for the society, and there was respect for women. Refer to the clay tablets that attest to justice and happiness in social life in Assyria. Thank you, Rabbi, for that beautiful poem and that translation. I will now read the meaning of the Assyrian flag that you see so beautifully celebrated today. The Assyrian flag consists of a golden circle at the center, which represents the sun. By its exploding and leaping flames, it generates heat and light to sustain the earth and all its living things. The four-pointed star surrounding the sun symbolizes the land. Its light blue color means tranquility. The wavy stripes extending from the center to the 4 corners of the flag are the 3 major rivers in our homeland, namely Tigris, Euphrates, and Zawa. The dark blue represents Euphrates, which stands for the Assyrian word Peryuta, which means abundance. The red stripes represent the Tigris. Its blood red hue stands for courage, glory, and pride. The white lines in between the 2 great rivers is Zoa. Its white color stands for tranquility and peace. Some interpret the red, white, and blue stripes as the highways that will take the scattered Assyrians back to their ancestral homeland. Above the blue star is the image of the Assyrian god Ashur, who is guarding the country, the flag, and the nation it represents. I would like to now introduce the president of the Assyrian American Civic Club, Mr. Sam David.
نومتي سوغل نشيد شتوخن هذا بريخة وتتخادوت إلى بكل نحن كدا قانونية مصر جمع لها مويدالة يوم شابيرة بريخة برخخ لها قدوخينا وبرداين بكلوخن تيتون بغديتون يقارلين عادية بيجازوخن بساسة يبيتون همزمتي بيشن تبدو يبليشان إنجلس. His Grace Marawa Royal, pastors, community leaders, Congressman Jeff Denham, Vito Casilla, Board of Supervisors, Mayor Soyseth, all of the city officials, welcome. Welcome to 6,768 years of celebration for the Assyrian New Year. It's been mentioned, and the Assyrians celebrated the New Year, the start of the New Year, with 12 days of prayer, celebrations. The reason for the prayer, I just wanted to add a little tidbit, was that the land would be fertile, the water would be plentiful, so that predominantly the Assyrians were in the agricultural business. They raised crop that allowed us all to have enough food for the entire country. So it's a great honor to be here among you, and it's a great honor to have Congressman Denham here. I want to recognize the Congressman for his work in Washington. I want to thank him and appreciate him for all the help that he's brought to our community here in the Central Valley, but also our brothers and sisters that are living in our homeland back in Iraq. On February 16th, Congressman Jeff Denham introduced House Resolution 741. It was a bill to protect the Christians and the vulnerable minorities in Iraq from the ravages of war, including a significant population of Assyrians. This first step that our beloved Congressman took, I just want to emphasize. I want everybody to understand that it's historical for our people. This is critical for our future in our homeland. We're all here in this great country, democratic country, where Rabbi Yosef had a wonderful poem where we're free to speak. You have the freedom of speech, which our brothers and sisters in the homeland don't have that currently. So I wanted to acknowledge Congressman Denham and appreciate him for all of the work that he's done. Congressman, your relentless efforts on our behalf is greatly appreciated, and I want to thank you for being here today. Habitur Rabba Basim. Thank you.
Thank you, President Sam David. It is truly a privilege for us to have our congressman not only represent us in Washington, D.C., but also take care of us here in his district, in the 10th district. Thank you for being here today. We know how busy you are. We have a special presentation, a flag presentation, that I would like to ask our congressman to please come up here.
So what I'm presenting here to Sam David is the flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol. I want to thank you for everything you're doing for the Assyrian community.
going to go ahead and read this. This is an honor for the Assyrian community here in Turlock. This flag of the United States of America. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown over the United States Capitol on February 23, 2018, at the request of the Honorable Jeff Denham, Member of Congress. This flag was flown over for Sam David, President of the Assyrian American Civic Club of Turlock. Thank you, Congressman. We are so blessed to have such leadership, whether it's political leadership or spiritual leadership. So we have a special certificate of special congressional recognition for His Grace Bishop Marawa Royale by the Congressman. Thank you, Congressman Denham. Much appreciated. I would like to take a moment to recognize the friends of the Assyrian community. We are thrilled to have our elected officials, our dignitaries, and I'd like to recognize some of them here today. Supervisor Video Chiesa, District 2, Stanislaus County. Chief of Police Jeff Dirksey from City of Patterson is here. Also from Stanislaus County Sheriff Department. Of course, our mayor, Gary Soiset, is here today. Vice Mayor Matthew Jacob, City of Turlock. Council Member Amy Bublak, City of Turlock. And from City of Modesto, Council Member Jenny Canoyer. I would also like to recognize our friends from the Sikh community. We are, of course, I'm not done yet because we have our own Chief of Police, Nino Amirfat. We also have Carrie Stevens, who is for Superior Court Judge. She's here, Carrie. Thank you for being here today. One of the things that we take pride of is collaboration with the community. Our friends from the Sikh community are here today. Surjit Singh Malhi, Gurmail Singh, Palwinder Tanda, and Manraj Malhi. Thank you, our friends. I would like to ask our mayor to come up here and say a few words. We have enjoyed your support for our community. Gary, please come up.
Thank you so much. I don't think we give Carmen enough praise for all that she does to organize this. Give her a round of applause for everything she does. It's a beautiful day, and for the last couple of weeks I've been waking up and praying for rain, and this is the first day I did not pray for rain, because we have a great flag raising today. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming out. I love this event because it's not just the Assyrian community coming out, it's the Turlock community coming out. It's Mexicans and Portuguese and Swedish and our Sikh communities coming out to celebrate such a great day as we kick off spring. So I can't thank you enough for coming out here. Thank you so much, Congressman, for all you do back in DC for the Assyrian and the Turlock community. And thank you so much. And great flag raising, and I can't wait to see some of this dancing, right? And I also almost forgot my signature comment. What are we all today? We're all Assyrian today, right?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to ask our Vice Mayor, Matthew Jacob, to come up for a couple of words.
Thank you. Good morning. And what a beautiful day it is. So it always brings me such joy to attend events like this where Assyrians and non-Assyrians, or might I call you honorary Assyrians today, come together with a shared cause of celebrating our culture, our history, and our heritage. It's really a beautiful thing. We talk a lot about inclusivity and diversity, and I think this is what it's all about. The city of Turlock has several thousand members of our Assyrian American community that live here, and what a joy it is for all of us to come together and celebrate the beginning of spring in our native tongue, Chabnisan or Ishnisan or Akitu, and for 6,768 years, I think we have a very rich and deep history worldwide, but especially even in this great city of Turlock. The contributions that Assyrians have made over the past 100+ years are quite momentous, and so it's great to be here to celebrate with all of you. May God bless this new year for all of us as Assyrians and for all non-Assyrians alike. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Jacob. At this time, we would like to conclude our ceremony, but I do have one last comment about the American Legion and the ROTC. We are so blessed to work with our own gunner. Please stand. We'd like to honor you for your service to this country, but also your commitment and dedication to our community. You have always responded when I've called you for any event, so thank you for all you do. So I know Vito has a cold, but I'm going to ask him to come up here and say a few words so we can start the dancing ceremony.
You're gonna dance, right?
They're calling out, dance, dance, dance. Right? So did everyone see the mayor ran up here? Right when he doesn't ever walk. I was afraid to run because I'm afraid I'll stumble and fall in front of everyone. So I took my time. I am under the weather, but nothing would stop me from being here today at this event to celebrate the 6,768th New Year. This is pretty amazing, and the raising of these two beautiful flags. Something as I was just sitting here looking around at the crowd, I thought about too often immigrants come to this country and they lose their family values. And I see all these kids sitting here all around, and I know the Assyrian community hasn't lost their family values. Strong traditions. I look at the traditional dress, and I can't wait to hear Peter and watch his veins pop out of his head as he's playing his horn. And there he is. And the Assyrians have not lost their traditions, and the strong faith is grace. Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be around you and a privilege. But we're all great Americans, and that's what we are. It's a melting pot. I said before, my dad's an immigrant from Italy, and he's just an American, just like everyone else. We all stand for the same values, which is fantastic. Again, it's great to be here. I thank you for including me always. Carmen, you are special in my heart, and so thank you very much.
So in closing, I'd like to ask our new Chief of Police, Nino, to come up here. As shy as he is, I'm going to ask him to come up so he can address this crowd, his
Carmen, what car were you driving? Aturai Turlock, Happy New Year! Rishito from Brisa! I want to echo the words that we've heard here. We are family, we are community. Surai, our Sikh friends, our Hispanic friends, we're all community together. That's the bottom line. And when we sit here and celebrate the Assyrian New Year and we have our whole family from Turlock here celebrating, what an honor. What an honor for me to look and see all of us here together. This is truly what it's about. And to celebrate 67, 68 for the Surai is an honor to stand here and tell you all Happy New Year. God bless all of you, and God bless our great country that allows us to do this. And Hopefully I won't fall down, but I can dance a little bit.
Thank you, Nino. I'd like to thank Romina Putawardi for stepping up to do the pledge, and also this beautiful dance group. This is what the future is, preserving heritage and culture. This is the Mar'adeh Nineveh Dance Group. Please enjoy.